Hi there, I'm Andrea. I'm a teacher of English and also a counselor, a psychological counselor. I would like to share today, especially in these difficult times, it's our 6th day in Argentina of quarantine due to COVID-19. And well, we have been thinking with Carlos about the possibility of recording this kind of videos for you to learn English and to practice your English, and also to speak and to learn about other stuff of life that it may, I hope, may be helpful for you. There is a unit in the virtual classroom that talks about personality traits, and there are mentioned there quite a few adjectives. One of those is the word ambitious. So let's talk a little bit about this word. In Spanish, it has a negative connotation, ambicioso, for us. If somebody is ambicioso, it's not a very nice person in general. But in English, it's not that way. But connotation means how people react to the word, and this has to do with that when you learn a second language, or a foreign language, you don't only learn the foreign language, but also aspects of the culture. For example, in English, you see, I say like in Spanish. In English, ambitious has nothing to do with greedy. And in Spanish, ambicioso has to do with greedy. In English, ambitious means, or is related to, goal setting. Somebody or a project or a person that sets goals into the future. And this is a word that I don't like much these days. This question of placing ourselves so much in the future, so much in goal setting in these terms. So let's change it a little bit. I have my papers here so as to be able to follow a lead in my speech. When we were looking for Carlos for a definition or for a word related to goal setting, we came across this word purpose, which I really like very much, and it has to do with purpose, at least for me, in terms of a mission in this life, meaning that we all have, you, me, Carlos, everybody in the world has a special gift or a talent that we come here to this life to develop. And to find or to get in contact with this talent, it's essential that we quiet our mind. You need to quiet your mind. So I'm going to show you some drawings to show you, and let's see what you feel about this. This is the mind, this is the brain, but the idea is that we focus on the mind. Mind is something that it's intangible, that it's not an organ, it's not something physical, but still we have it. So this is how we feel when we are absolutely controlled by our mind. Or this one. Or how about haven't you felt like this many times? I have, as a matter of fact, many times, like being controlled by your mind, and that you can't shut down the thoughts in your mind. So, well, this, going back to what I was saying, and I don't know where the papers are now, so sorry. We were saying about purpose, right? And that we need to quiet our mind. That is not an organ, and I have shown you the images, and I've come back to this later. So my question for you is this one. Is there anybody else, is there anybody else? Well, this is not well written. The question would be, is there anybody else behind your mind? There is there that doesn't go. Behind your mind. Do you feel that you are more than your mind? That's the question you need to focus on. You are only mind, or you are something more than mind? And I think that we all have an inner I, or an inner, you have your inner you. And where would you place that inner you? Something that it's more than your mind. I feel it in my heart, or here in the middle of my stomach, right? I don't feel it in my head. I feel my mind in my head, my thoughts in my head. But I feel that I am more than that, that there is a lot more of me in my heart, here in the middle of my chest, right? So I suggest you start letting your inner you, your internal light, if you want, your divinity, take control of yourself. And for this you need to focus on the now, not on the future, but on the now, because there is no future. We don't know what the future is going to bring us. We need to focus on the now. And how can we do that? This conversation that we're having, not is even a conversation, because the only one speaking is myself, but what I meant is that I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to be academic or anything of that sort. I'm just trying. What I feel that my mission in this life is to give people tools that they can make a better version of themselves. I am convinced. I really believe in this. This is the true. How you can the true starting point. You have to believe in your inner you, right? That there is something that to trust, that guides you, that is beyond your mind. This mission, it's my ambition, but in terms of leaving aside my mind and truly believing from my inner me that that this divinity that I have inside, that perhaps is connected, I am convinced, but perhaps I'm not talking about religion here. Right? I'm talking about an energy that involves us all as human beings and as universe, and that we are connected to this kind of energy, and the more aware we are of that, the better we feel with ourselves, and we can quiet our mind. And I'm not saying that our mind is not necessary. Of course it is, because otherwise I wouldn't be able of doing this, having a conversation, explaining ideas. These are mental capabilities, but we have to limit our mind to to do the things it is meant to do, and not to control ourselves. How can we quiet quieten our mind, you have plenty of different possibilities through meditation, through mindfulness, through yoga, through Ho'oponopono, through Reiki, and if you know of more, and there are more tools around, I invite you to look information on internet, online. There is plenty, but of course any of these tools are going to come to you in the right place at the right place, at the right moment. So there is nothing you have to force. You just have to follow your heart. Remember your inner you, and they are going to appear. Believe, and focus on the present. There is only present. We don't have past and we don't have future. So there is no point in feeling so worried about COVID-19, coronavirus, because you forget about your now and then, that it's now, that your present time, that it's all that matters. I am currently using a lot of Ho'oponopono's tools. Of course, that what works for me may not work for you, but the important thing here is that you connect yourself with your inner you, in your heart, from your heart, from the center of your body, of your chest, and you will know what. No, not from the mind, but from your heart, what is good for you, what works for you. And I am working a lot with Ho'oponopono, and I feel it's very simple to apply. You have a lot of videos in Spanish and English, a lot of readings online, and I suggest you're reading Mabel or listening to Mabel Katz, that it's a wonderful Argentinian woman who lives in United States, and she has a lot of videos. She has read some books on the topic. Ho'oponopono, it's a way of solving problems from the Hawaiian way of life, from Hawaii, and you can also search for Maria Jose Cabanillas, that it's a Spanish from Spain psychologist who also has worked a lot on and lectured a lot on Ho'oponopono. And to finish for today, let's finish it's in Spanish. En el momento que dejas de pensar en lo que puede pasar, empiezas a disfrutar de lo que está pasando. Y bueno, y ahora sigo un poquito en español. Buscar también organizarse el día en la cuarentena en casa. Yo tengo acá atrás mi máquina para hacer ejercicio, y si no tienen una elíptica, porque yo la tenía de antes, agarran una mantita, hacer yoga, lo que te guste, cosas que te hacen bien. Pone un poquito, si te venís un poquito abajo, pone un poquito de música alegre, saltá, bailá, todas cosas que nos hagan subir la energía vibracional. Hace cosas que disfrutes, lee, y bueno, y how do we come back to ambition? Well, that for me, this is a new definition, our new definition, Carlos and myself, new definition of ambition. Ambition will come at will come to you when you quieten, when your mind, you leave aside your mind and you start focusing on your heart. That at this point you may be realizing, what on earth has all this to do ambition with Ho'oponopono. This is our new, Carlos and myself, new definition of ambition, of purpose of your life, of your own mission to search for your talents and your gifts. And the way to do it, we believe, is by leaving your mind aside, by controlling your mind, by limiting your mind, that it's very useful, but only for the use that it has meant to be from the very beginning, and not to control yourself by your mind, not to be controlled by your mind, and to start feeling from your heart and believing from your heart that there is that whatever comes to you in the way of universal energy will be the correct path, the correct way, the correct life to lead, and that you will be a much happier person in terms of feeling freer and more fulfilled and full of gratitude. Thank you.